Hello, everybody. Adam with Hypers Hair Media, and boy, do we have a haul today. Vinegar Syndrome come in, and we have a stack here. So let's get started because we may be here all day. So first off, I want to try to give shout outs wherever I can for everybody who was responsible for this mass of media. There is a lot here, and let me be clear. Some of them have been here for maybe a month or so. Some of them I forgot about, but I wanted to make sure I go over them because some folks may not know they're available. Some folks may not have even seen them. And to be fair, neither have I. I have not seen a lot of these, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to go about it, and we're going to see if we can work through this together. Starting out with a pickup that I picked up, a pickup I got from Whatnot. Twice Love 22 on Whatnot. Fantastic people. This is a Region B. Let's see if we can get that glare off there. This is the Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist. And I can tell you, an 88 Films release. I love 88 Films. I think they do awesome work. I am huge into Italian films lately. I just love how they're shot. I love the grittiness. I like everything about it. And even just how the actors look back in the day. And again, this one, I want to say I can't remember what channel it was that mentioned this, and I've never forgot about it. This was up for auction. This wasn't that much money. I think only for $3 or $4, and that's the advantage of having a region free player, 4K Blu-ray player, because you'll see pickups like this that you can get cheap because you can watch it. So this one is from 1977. John Saxon's in this, and John Saxon, I like everything about John Saxon. If you don't know who John Saxon is, look him up. I believe John Saxon played the father on Nightmare on Elm Street, if I'm not mistaken. But he is in this one. He's in some very cheesy ones. I think he's in Nightmare Beach. This, from what I understand, is kind of about somebody who escapes from prison, I do believe. And I think based on how this plays out, there's a lot of shoot 'em up, fight 'em up. I love everything about it. John Saxon was also in Enter the Dragon. So this is going to be good. Again, this is the Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist. This next one, I'll be honest with you, I'm so happy this got a 4K upgrade. This is the legendary Uncle Buck. Look, Kino Lorber does a fantastic job with their releases. I know some folks are a little cynical on Kino Lorber. I love them. Uncle Buck getting a 4K release is not something I expected, but it's something that I'm so happy that happened. Anything John Candy, I'm all in. My first experience with John Candy was in National Lampoon's Vacation. Most others, unless you watched a lot of the what was that? Forgive me, and I watched it a lot. The comedy special, the Canadian comedy special. Ah, gosh, comments down below. I know what it is. I know because I've literally watched him in it. But he was fantastic in that. He really broke out to me in The Great Outdoors. These movies I've seen, I love. I have not seen this one in a long time. But add him, Macaulay Culkin, it's just a fantastic cast. And this does come with some additional features. There's some audio commentaries. There's an interview with the actress Louisa Kelly, and the theatrical trailer. So it's not overwhelming, but it's Uncle Buck in 4K. We will take it. Uncle Buck in 4K. That was from Orbit DVD. This one here was actually from Orbit DVD as well. And unfortunately, it arrived with a little bit of damage on it. This is Miracle Mile. I have not seen Miracle Mile, but the description of this with Anthony Edwards got my attention. A lot of folks said this was going to be, this is a phenomenal, kind of like a noir type classic. Essentially about a guy who thinks he has an hour to live, and you're following him as he races through LA trying to get to a woman. So I have not seen this one yet. I look forward to seeing it. As you can take a look there, the damage in this one, it frustrates me. You can see corners. There's a spot right there if the light catches it right. Yeah. But again, I'm lucky it had a slip. The corner came a little chewed up, but that's okay. Miracle Mile. Again, Blu-ray. I actually probably plan on watching this tonight. I want to pause for the cause, and I'm going to talk about this film just a little bit. I may even do a different type of video on include this film, but I watched this one today. Jung Yoo-mi, she's in Sleep. Now, you may know Jung Yoo-mi by if you've seen one of my favorite zombie films, Train to Busan. This movie, I just watched it today, so I'm going to kind of take you through a little bit of what I thought about this movie, and I'll go into greater detail. But let's just say this movie starts out. It is again, it's a foreign release, so it has the option for English or subtitles. I believe, forgive me, I think this is South Korean. Um, this is about a couple who live in an apartment, and it really starts out kind of, it's just kind of in your face. The husband is talking a little bit in his sleep. There's some things that happen that's a little alarming. It has some comedic touches to it. There's a little bit of comedy at the beginning, but there is a feeling of dread during this whole movie. This is a magnet release. I like magnet releases. In fact, I will also say the trailer, there's a few trailers ahead of this before this movie starts. It really got my attention. It made me want to purchase those other movies, and I will. I've already added them to my Amazon wish list. So this is Sleep. This was a pickup off of Amazon. I highly recommend it. The finish of the movie, I kind of saw coming, but it a little bit of a letdown at the end, but I don't know how else they could have did it. So there's Sleep. This was a Twice Love 22 pickup. I picked this up literally because of how terrible it is. I had first seen this movie watching it Riff Tracks. If you don't know what Riff Tracks is, if you've ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000, I love that show. Riff Tracks are the creators of Mystery Science Theater 3000. They're some of the creators who riffed over this one. And this one is as bad of a movie as I've ever seen, but that's why I got it. Birdemic, Shock and Terror. I got this also from Twice Love 22 on Whatnot, along with the next pickup as well. This is a putrid movie, but it's so funny for that reason. And again, when your movie is, this is a 7 release, by the way, when you take a look and see, it says, thanks, the best worst movie of all time, CBS Sunday Morning. I'm in. Um, it is it is a lot. If you've never seen this, just watch it at least once. And I believe there's like 2 more of these, shockingly enough. Well, we might get there. We might watch it. Don't know. I don't know if I need to do that or not. This one also came from Twice Love 22, and this one was one I am a huge fan of Alfred Hitchcock. When I say I'm a huge fan, right up there, I have all of his 4K box sets. I have Blu-rays. I have books on the man. Um, I am looking at a book right now of his, but I did not have this movie. This is Foreign Correspondent, one of Alfred Hitchcock's earlier movies. This is a Criterion release. I have not seen this one. And as soon as I saw it, I said, you know what? There's no way I'm not going to add this Criterion to my collection. As you can see here, it comes with a little booklet, as Criterion seems to do, right? A booklet, a little bit about the movie itself. Foreign Correspondent, 3-disc set. I'm going to dig into this one. It's a Criterion. It's going to be good. It's Alfred Hitchcock. It's going to be great. Again, Hitchcock is probably, outside of Rod Serling, Hitchcock is probably one of my favorite writers slash directors slash everything. And Rod Serling is high up there for me. So, Foreign Correspondent, Alfred Hitchcock. Let's make room here. This one, so this has a release that is out of print. And I don't know why I know why I bought this because as a horror collector, it's something I have to have. Yeah, this is the overseas steelbook release of the Human Centipede, and this is the trilogy. You can see what it says about it. Here, let's see if we can. No, oh, I can't. Maybe you can pause that. These films may suppress appetite, cause uncontrollable anxiety, attacks, premature. Yeah, you kind of get the point. This is a movie. If you've never seen it, it's not for everybody. I have seen two of the three of these, and it's a lot. It is sealed still. It will remain sealed for a little bit until the day comes where I say, you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to take a day and we're just going to ruin that day. So, the Human Centipede 1, 2, and 3. This again is the overseas release. A lot cheaper to get. Grindhouse Releasing still has these brand new. So if you have a region free, grab this one or don't. Another one that is a blind spot in my, and I use that term because the phenomenal Cinefessions on YouTube, which by the way, if you're not watching him, I don't know what you're doing. For the folks who do follow me, subscribe to Cinefessions, subscribe to Richard Diaz, subscribe to those guys because they are phenomenal. They're so good at this. And they are a lot of the reasons why I do like I do. Um, Planet CHH, there's so many good folks on YouTube. I can just sit here and promote them all day, but they have spoke of this. But again, as Cinefession says, a blind spot in my movie collection. I have not seen Ghost of Mars. So essentially, this just came out on 4K, as you can see right there. This is essentially about, and by the way, Natasha Henstridge is in this one. Ice Cube, it's right. So when you look at this particular movie, I guess at this point in the distant future, we have a police lieutenant protecting and serving the denizens of the angry red planet. So we are on Mars, and this is a just the whole thing. Again, I'm going to watch this. I feel like I'm going to like this. Glad to have it. Did not have this in my collection. I didn't just upgrade this to 4K without watching it. So this is the first time I have this one. That is Ghosts of Mars. This was a recommendation, I believe, by Planet CHH. Sick. I feel like I've seen this one. This was a pandemic release whenever everybody was locked in their house and really didn't have a lot to do. This is essentially that. They go on vacation and they think they're alone, and obviously they're not. But you can see the mask. I feel like I like this one, and when it came out in 4K, I grabbed it. So that is sick. This I haven't seen in a very long time, but when you're talking about Gene Hackman and you're talking about Kevin Costner, where can you go wrong? This was a pickup. There was a sale on Amazon. I got this half price, No Way Out, a Kino Lorber release. Again, this is a 80s drama. As you can see, I have opened it. I literally have not seen this in probably 20 years. We will give it a go and we will watch this, and I will let y'all know what I think. I have to give Planet CHH on YouTube all the credit in the world for making me buy this because he did a video just recently talking about of all the distributors to have this movie, what in the hell is Severin doing with Overboard? My goodness, right? I literally ran to pick this one up. This was an Amazon get. Overboard is an 80s classic. I I don't know why another company like Arrow didn't grab this, but I'm glad Severin did. Essentially, Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell, if you've never seen it, it's about a woman who gets amnesia, and well, for better or for worse, this gentleman just pretends he's her husband because he's got kids and he's got to make ends. So, Overboard is great. It's described as warm and funny. I agree with that. It's a little creepy, but everybody's been talking about this Carl Reiner film actually getting a release, and it has been way too long. Again, another John Candy phenomenal movie. Probably my favorite over Uncle Buck, Summer Rental. This is this has been out of print for a while. Not this release. This is brand new on Blu-ray, but it was you could only find this on DVD. So I say out of print. You could find the DVD. It was hard to find. It's just that there was no other release for it, so it really wasn't out of print. Don't know what I'm talking about. But John Candy, Summer Rental, again, a phenomenal movie. Carl Reiner does a fantastic job with this movie. He directed it. Basically, this is a vacation, a family man. Um, Summer Rental, get it? It's funny. John Candy, that's all you need to know. If you have not seen this, make sure you watch it. Moving on, I told y'all there's a lot. This is a lot. I don't want to be here 40 minutes, so we're going to try to go faster. I keep saying that, then go on tangents. ADHD for the win. Frogman. I bought this solely because it seems fun. I like found footage type stuff, but I also want to support TerraVision. This was a Walmart pickup. You can find this at your Walmart still. A Blu-ray of Frogman, where essentially a gentleman runs across said Frogman, and he comes back to find him, I believe, and try to prove that Frogman exists. Of course, when you tell somebody you found a walking frog, they're probably going to disagree, maybe even punch you in the face. I don't know. That could happen. But thank God this never happened to me. It did happen to a gentleman in this movie. We're going to find out about Frogman together. Quentin Tarantino, Jackie Brown, again, another classic. Very happy to have this on 4K. I did not have this in my collection at all. So, described as one cool ride, I can tell you it is just that. Jackie Brown is fantastic. Samuel L. Jackson's phenomenal in this. Robert De Niro. You start naming off names, you just know it's going to be good. I'm sure it's all bunched up from my mic. I'm trying a mic so it sounds better today, so forgive me. Again, 4K release of Jackie Brown. I did not go with the steelbooks. I also have not gotten the other two releases, Kill Bill 1 and 2. I have them on Blu-ray. At some point I will. I didn't have this. I wanted to have this. This is such a crazy fun movie. And I've seen it and I loved it. It is literally, forgive my term, batshit crazy, but it's so good. The Belko Experiment. When I realized I didn't have this, I watched it on Max at some point a while back. When I realized I didn't have this, I went and found it on eBay. I went and got it, and I got it for like $6, I think. A phenomenal movie. If you have not seen the Belko Experiment, watch it. Just imagine being trapped in an office and last man wins. So the Belko Experiment is fantastic. It's funny. It's good. Adding to my Vestron series, which this was at Walmart at one point and didn't pick it up because I had a DVD of it at some point. I don't think I have it anymore. But this went on sale for like $9, so I grabbed it off Amazon. Dementia 13, Francis Ford Coppola. I remember this being a little weird, but I needed it for the collection. It's the director's cut. Vestron does some good stuff. Chopping Mall was fantastic. Vestron does some interesting stuff. Uh, but yeah, this goes into my collection. This is number 22 in the Vestron series of Dementia 13. I have not opened this yet because I wanted to actually do a video standalone, but what the hey, here we are. I didn't have this William Friedkin release in my collection at all. This is the Arrow 4K of Cruising. Mid-Level Media did a review on this. I highly recommend checking him out on YouTube as well. This is a this is a big boy. Hear that? It's a big boy. And it's got a lot of meat and potatoes to it from what I've seen. I have not opened it up yet. Al Pacino basically is going around searching for, I believe it's a killer in the of the gay community. This movie, like, and you'll see Mid-Level Media does a really good job of describing this movie, but it's a lot. It's a lot. This movie was heralded and hated all at the same time for many reasons. So this is Cruising. This is a box set. We will look at this deeper another time. We are about to move on to Vinegar Syndrome, if that's what you're here for. However, this just came out last week. This is a John Carpenter film who I love dearly, and I can tell you that Richard Diaz also really enjoys John Carpenter, and he turned me on to this. This is Vampires, a brand new 4K release. And when you look at the back, forget everything you've ever heard about vampires. Warrens Jack Crow, James Wood, the leader of Team Crow. So this is essentially about a group of mercenary vampire slayers who are going after specific vampires. Have not seen it. Daniel Baldwin's in it. I watched the trailer. Again, it doesn't take a lot to get me to watch a John Carpenter film. Hot Pursuit. John Cusack. John Cusack has been in so many great movies. I'm looking for the other ones that I have, but when you think 80s, you really do think, and I think John Cusack. I also think Michael J. Fox. There's quite a few. But this is essentially about a man who tries to locate his island-bound girlfriend. He teams with a professor and goes after her, and it is just hijinks and shenanigans all the way. So this just came out again, another pre-order, Hot Pursuit. And last but certainly not least, this was a pickup that I ordered back in November. And I waited 3 months to get it because I literally got it for like 80% off, I think it was. It was really cheap afterwards, like, because I had a coupon as well. So I didn't mind waiting for the whole set of WKRP in Cincinnati. If you've never seen WKRP in Cincinnati, it's so good. It is, and my wife looked at it and said, "This reminds me of a 70s version of the Anchorman." And I'm like, you know what? Very well. I like that description. Watch WKRP in Cincinnati. I really think Turkey Drop, everything involved, it's so good. Let me talk a little bit about Vinegar Syndrome real quick as we're 20 minutes in. I love Vinegar Syndrome. I order a lot from Vinegar Syndrome. And when I pre order stuff, I'm expecting for it to take a little while to get here. I understand it's going to be a little bit of time. However, with this order, my stuff, I ordered this on around January the 2nd or 3rd. It was the New Year's sale, the subscriber week sale. And I, I'm just thinking back because I believe it was the subscriber week sale. Or yeah, it was the every day they had a different sale. So with this one, it was weird because what wound up happening was they shipped my stuff and then it just sat there. It sat there as accepted for probably over a week, to the point I messaged them and I'm like, look, I'm not trying to be that guy, but do y'all still have this? Because when I called the US Postal Service, they say they don't have this. They say accepted means that they tried to tell me that they didn't have it, that technically it wasn't there. Vinegar Syndrome are phenomenal people. Shout out to Kevin at Vinegar Syndrome. He immediately boxed another one up and said, hey, we'll send you another one. Didn't even, literally one email, which then, of course, after they did that, this one shipped and got here finally about 2 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later. So, meanwhile, the one that they shipped as a replacement is still sitting and accepted. So, I told them I would reject that one. I'm not going to take something that's not mine and send it back because these are some pretty nice movies. So, Vinegar Syndrome's great. I just think that their shipping needs a little help. I know they're working on that. Some of these were just sale pickups, some of these were pre orders. The first pre order was iced. Look, just look, okay? This is a degauser video. This is everything you would think about a slasher type horror. Um, it has been years, but this is a group of friends, a year since I've seen this. This is a group of friends who go to a ski resort, and we know what happens when you go with a group of friends to a ski resort in a horror film. It's a beautiful release. I am a huge fan of the degauser line through Vinegar Syndrome, just because it is the basic, like, shot on film quality that you would expect. I can't wait to watch this one again. This is iced. This was a sale pickup. This was one I did not have in my collection, and to say I'm happy I have it is an understatement. This is Rabid Grannies. I don't know if you can see that yet. That is a lenticular slip. Look at that there. Is that good? Okay, that's good. I love this slip. And when you take a look at the cover, how fantastic is that? I want to make sure there's nothing on here going to be demonetized. Not like I'm making money anyways, but it's okay. We will one day. A fantastically cheesy, just Elizabeth and Victoria Remington are two sweet elderly ladies who are looking forward to celebrating their shared birthday and or their family at this enormous country mansion. Little do they realize that their obnoxious relatives are gonna wreak havoc. So this one, this was a sale pickup. I think I got this one for like $15 or something like that. Can't wait to watch that one. I have heard mid-level media talk about this one, and when you talk about the actors in this movie, this is a very unlike Vinegar Syndrome release. But after hearing so much about this one, this was a must-have. Robert Mitchum, Dean Martin in Five Card Stud. This is a western, and again, I to be fair, when you look at that there, right? Who would have thought Vinegar Syndrome would put out Five Car Stud? I waited on this one, got it on sale, got a really good deal. And obviously, you know, you get points, you get discounts on these. So it works out. It's Crack House. But look, y'all, hand numbered Crack House. I've never seen it, but it is everything I love about Vinegar Syndrome in this era. It's crack house. It's so good though, right? We love that. It's so good. We like crack house. So that is a pre-order. Another pre-order. So I have every Cinematograph line. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have every release so far. This is Bang the Drum Slowly, a John D. Hancock film. These are so nice. Like, you cannot find a better quality film. They are focusing on releasing films that have not really seen the light of day in a while. And again, you can find them, but seeing them in either Blu-ray or 4K, getting with Paramount to get rights to these films are fantastic. I am so happy that this came out. It has been years since I've seen it, but I can tell you, I love baseball movies. Rookie of the Year. What more can I say? Robert De Niro again. It's fantastic. So, Cinematograph through Vinegar Syndrome, Bang the Drum Slowly. We have Child's Play, but we have the other Child's Play, another Paramount release, right? Um, Bo Bridges is in this one. I haven't seen this one. I got this to complete the collection. Uh, this is a Sidney Lumet film, and when I saw the trailer, I liked it, and I said, you know what? There are a few Cinematograph films that I bought that I probably wouldn't have bought if they weren't Cinematograph, but I'm happy I bought this one because I feel like this is going to be very good. So we will find out together. Okay. This one here I bought again because it was on sale, and I didn't buy this one to originally come out because I've heard of how horrible it is, but it has Tom Savini. It is the Ripper. Tom Savini doesn't talk very highly of this, but this is again what the Gouser video was made of. This is what it was made for. Look at that slip. It's beautiful. When you look, it's good. So as they say, Jeffman316 says the carpet matches the drapes. So there it is, which another phenomenal YouTuber. Follow him. I don't like that noise it makes. Jeffman316 on YouTube is another fantastic YouTuber. He does so much good work on there. But the Gouser video has released Tom Savini as the Ripper because he's barely in up. Let's talk about some of the cell pickups. They Call Me Macho Woman. This is a trauma film, and it is everything you would expect with trauma. Let me see if I can get the glare off there so y'all can see that. I think I put this in backwards. I sure did. They Call Me Macho Woman is truly a revenge movie, but it's in the trauma line. So if you don't know much about trauma, trauma is over the top and it's fun. It's trauma. So They Call Me Macho Woman. I did not pick this one up immediately. I waited for it to go on sale, and I'm glad I did. Cyber Vengeance. Think of the non-Skinamax, the late night Cinemax, where again, non-Skinamax, it's just the cheesy, hokey movies that we all grew up staying up to watch because we were waiting for something to come on. There's only one way out of cyber prison, and apparently this gentleman's going to tell us. Look, again, a fantastic deal. This is the year 2005, the future. The prison has become completely privatized, and cyber prisons have become the new means for housing the guilty. So you can imagine where this is headed. I cannot wait to sit back and watch Cyber Vengeance. Got it on sale. Again, love these numbered releases, hard boxes. They're to the collection. I did pick up volume 2 of the Cardona collection, which houses Beaks the movie. Maybe it has something to do with the birdemic. We might find out. Under Siege, not that Under Siege. La Casa que Arde de Noche and SOS Conspiracion Bikini. I actually enjoyed the Cardona Collection Part 1, and I might have been in the minority for that. Up, we're not going to be able to show you that, I don't think. No, don't think. Up. No, that might have got me demonetized. We're not going to show you the inside of that because it is what you think it is. This was the Vinegar Syndrome Ultra line that I picked up. This is Virtuosity. I haven't seen this in so very long, but when you talk about these releases that I'm struggling to get open, look, listen to that magnet. Listen to the magnet. That's so good. I'm all in on the Ultra line, and I think that they're done so well. They could literally put almost anything out, and I would collect it for the looks, which is a terrible habit to have. Don't be like me. But when you look at the book, which I'm not going to take all the way out, and the release of this, it's beautiful, man. If you haven't seen Virtuosity, it is a mid 90s thriller. Um, I believe Brad Pitt's in this as well. Forgive me, it's been a while. Virtuosity, wrapping up. This one was a much, I thought this needed a 4K, and Deranged. So, Deranged on 4K, didn't think Vinegar Syndrome was going to get this one, but this has been released quite a few times on a regular DVD. You can find many different releases on this. I'm excited to watch this one again. It's probably been 10 years since I've seen this. When I go back and look at this was supposedly based on the Ed Gein murders. If you know who Ed Gein is, he's a serial killer. I won't go into great detail on it. Um, I highly recommend watching this at least once. This was a must have for the collection. As soon as I saw it was on 4K, I needed it. MGM, bravo for letting Vinegar Syndrome go at it. Biozombie. Biozombie is a Japanese zombie movie, which after watching Train to Busan, I think this is Japanese, this might be Korean. Forgive me. Forgive me, yo. I sound so uninformed. But yeah, I took a chance on this one. At the price I got it at, how couldn't I? Because when you talk about zombie movies specifically, I love them. Which, speaking of, something zombie related's on the way. And last but certainly not least, this is one I held off on for a very long time. But I finally went in on the Lost Picture Show by Vinegar Syndrome. Look, when you're saving media, when you're saving movies that might not have ever got a shot to be released ever again, and you're putting them out, you have to go in. This is great, y'all. And it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. But this is. Let's see here. Can I show y'all that? I guess I can. There we go. This has additional movies in here, which you can. No, can't show you that. Well, just know that Vinegar Syndrome did a phenomenal job with these. I've actually watched one of these movies. I want to say it was, oh gosh, I can't remember which one. I want to say it was Rare Blue Apes I saw. But I'm so happy to have these in collection. So that'll do it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching everything that I do and supporting me. Folks, if you don't go buy media, go watch media. We are hyping it up here. This is Adam with Hyposphere Media saying have a wonderful day. Thank you.